but this is going on forever. It used to be that you want to watch a movie, you go rent a DVD for 1 week, or you buy a DVD. You wanted a piece of software, you went and paid for it. You listen to music, you wanted a song, you bought it on iTunes, and now everything is a subscription. And the second you stop paying, you can't listen to music without ads every 30 seconds. You can't watch shows. Your 22-minute show gets turned into 45 minutes. You're practically forced to pay for all of these subscriptions. It used to be that you would buy a product, and now you pretty much just lease everything in your life, and the lease never ends, which is why this whole idea of like buy now, pay later is so funny to me, because it used to kind of be like that. You buy it now and you get to use it, and then you can pay for it later, even though you can't afford to own it. But now you're just like, it's turned into a subscription to be alive, which is why there is this movement of people fighting back and saying, you know what? I'm going to buy nothing and I'm going to pay never. How about that? The only things I'm going to buy, I'm actually going to pay for right now, not later. Can't afford it. It's like basic humanity, except for everywhere in America, apparently. And it's not even just that they're trying to turn everything into a subscription and make the prices of everything secretly go up because, you know, there's a percentage of interest tied on to literally every single thing that you buy ever. Regardless, they've also started to turn everything into junk and like design it to break. Over the past 3 years, I have bought 3 separate dishwashers. They've all died at some point, except for the most recent one, which I bought like a month ago. And I even had like a repairman come to look at the last one because the pump went or something. And it was gonna be like $600 to fix the dishwasher, or I could buy a new one for $900. So it was like, you're almost forced to just buy a new one at that point because who knows what's gonna break again. And they kind of say like, you know, things aren't built like they used to. They're literally not built like they used to be. They are built and designed to break, to look nice on the shelf, and to not last. And that keeps us buying more and more of them. But that got me thinking about the question of like, why is this normal? Why people just not expect appliances, clothes, electronics, anything to last anymore? Like I know my parents had a dishwasher for like 20 something years, and I would be stunned if anything I bought anywhere in my house would last that long now. But it used to just be normal. But how did they normalize everything breaking way faster with better technology to everybody in the country? It is ridiculous. But I was looking into this, I realized that I'm not just paranoid and crazy, well, slightly, regardless. There's like research on this. Like a study in Norway actually tracked household appliances lifespans across the decades, and like washing machine lifespans dropped from 19 years down to 11. That's a 45% drop. Ovens dropped from 24 years down to 14, a 39% drop. And both of those happened from the 1990s to the 2000s. On a side note, my oven has not worked in 9 months. We've had a repairman here 4 times, but because of all the high-tech technology in there, they literally can't fix it, and it's under warranty, and I'm very mad about that. We literally haven't had an oven since we've lived in this house. But it's fancy and expensive and got all kinds of tech in it. Doesn't do the main thing you want an oven to do, which is work. But this is part of the problem with your car, with your dishwasher, with everything. It used to be simple to just service this. You used to be able to fix your car, and now you actually mostly can't anymore. You need somebody with computers and monitors, and I don't know how to fix my car. Whatever tools you need that now. You can't just do things yourself because they've added more and more technology into it, which makes it less time, more expensive to own, more expensive to repair, and yet they tell you it's better for you, better for the planet, better for something. It's new, so it must be good. And there is a name for this. It's called planned obsolescence. It goes back almost to 100 years, the 1920s, where pretty much they nerfed light bulbs from like 2,500 hours down to about 1,000 hours, and then they told you it was better for you, and they made a lot more money. And since then, everybody started to make crappier stuff and charge more money for it. Like, it's just fact. You can literally look this up. And once you see this pattern of purposefully making things hard to repair, you see it everywhere. Like, you can't replace your phone battery anymore. They glued that bad boy in. Can't tell you the problems that I've had with printers and the ink cartridges, laptops with soldered RAM, earbuds that you can't open, again, cars that you literally can't even diagnose yourself. It's not your imagination. It's not bad luck that all these things are just breaking constantly. This is by design, because you are not a customer to these companies anymore. They don't want you to just buy one thing and be happy for the next 20 years. They want you to be a subscriber. They want you to buy 3 dishwashers from them, not one dishwasher that is actually good, because then they get 3 times the money from you. They want to force you into a family where if you buy one Apple product, you have to buy all the other Apple products. Otherwise, people hate you in group chats because your bubble's a different color, and like that's even a whole thing. Regardless, they have successfully turned one-time purchases into subscriptions, and it's happened so slowly and to literally everything that most people don't even notice this. Before we get into some of the deeper stuff here, if this video is connecting with you at all and you kind of want to help out this Buy Nothing Rebellion movement, feel free to drop a like, comment, subscribe on this video. Pretty much each time you do, it means that this video is going to reach at least probably 10 more people. So every time you interact, it does make a significant difference. And I don't have any sponsorships or anything on this video. So this is the fun and kind of disgusting part. In 2016, the World Economic Forum published a short essay by a Danish politician, and the headline read, "Welcome to 2030. I own nothing, have no privacy, and life has never been better." It was framed as a thought experiment, a future where everyone has a service. You don't own a car, you summon one. You don't own a home, you subscribe to one. You don't own tools, music, books, software. You have access to them as long as you keep paying. Now, I do want to be careful here because the WEF didn't say we are going to make you own nothing. The fact checkers have correctly pointed this out. This was just one guy's opinion, but I would challenge you to kind of look around. Forget about politics for a minute, just look around. You don't own your music, you rent it from Spotify. You don't own your movies, you rent them from Hulu, Netflix. A lot of times you don't even own your photos unless you pay for iCloud. Most people don't own their cars. They pay for them with debt. Almost everybody who has a home has debt on that home, and they'll end up paying hundreds of thousands of dollars more than the sticker price on that home because of the interest. One of the worst parts is even if you do have your home totally paid off, if you stop paying the government their monthly fees, then they'll come and take your home from you. I know that whole "you'll own nothing and be happy" quote sounds dystopian, but you already own nothing. You're not happy. You're generally depressed. You're generally stressed. I forget what the stat is, but like a large amount of people have already cried about their finances in the past couple months. Most people, if their paycheck is delayed a single week or a single month, would have to start going into debt to pay for crap that does not matter. But they didn't even force us into this. A lot of us opted in because it's just easier to rent something than it is to buy. It's just easier to get the food that you want right now, even if you can't afford it. It's just easier to DoorDash your food than to go out and get it, even if it's double the price. You can always pay for it over the next couple months. But if you go back to that line and you own nothing, you'll be happy. I think one thing that if we put this in makes this make a lot more sense is if you'll own nothing and be distracted and you'll be happy. Most people are so distracted that they don't realize what is happening. They don't realize that they're even in the rat race, that they're in a trap that has no escape, that they'll never stop having to leave their families to go work inside a box to make somebody else a multimillionaire, to go home, to barely have enough money to scrape by so that they can watch TV, be entertained on their phones. The average person takes in about 13 hours of content per day passively. So you're just flat out pacifier in your mouth, neutralize that threat, move on to something else, and you have now become a product. There's a lot of companies that actually subscribe a value number to a new customer, where once you buy something, they know that they can get X amount of money out of the average customer over the lifetime of this company. Even doctors do this. Even when you're born, the medical industry puts a dollar amount per person, and they try to milk as much money as they possibly can out of each person that is born till the time that they're 18. There's this value that you got to get all the shots, you got to get the doctors and whatever. And I'm not even I don't even care about that. But everything has turned you into a product. Everything is designed to get as much money as possible out of you. Every couple of years, they'll nerf your phone so that you have to buy a new one. They'll keep adding subscriptions on here. And the main goal is to just keep you distracted enough that they can extract as much money as possible out of you, and you'll just be kind of in a daze producing for them. I would encourage you to take a step back right now while you're watching this video and just think for a minute. You have worked really hard at your job, I assume. Maybe you don't work that hard. I don't know. What do you have to show for it? Is the race you are running right now, is it working? Are you ahead? Do you have $100,000 in the bank? Do you have $100,000 in stocks? The average person will earn between $2 and $4 million over their lifetime if they earn $50,000 to $100,000 a year. What do you have to show for that? If you are like most Americans and don't have much money, you're not where you want to be financially, that is because they are extracting it from you. They are taking your effort, your life force that you are going and trading that life force for money, and then they're doing everything they can to extract as much of that life force out of you as possible without breaking you, so that you keep the cycle going and produce more and more for them. So the more you work, the more money you have, the more money you spend, the more money they have. And if you are sick of that system, there's a couple of things you can do to opt out. I would say one is to build something that you own. It was really hard for me to start all the businesses that I have started, and I had years of literally, I would have made more money at McDonald's, but I kept sticking with them. I read literally hundreds of books and studied and worked really, really, really hard to build the businesses that I've built. But now I've been able to retire my wife, travel, help a lot of people, really make an impact, really change my family's life. And while that was hard, it would have been much harder to have my wife go and support somebody else's dreams 5 days a week while we pay somebody to watch our children. For me, mentally, that would have been way harder than taking the safe, secure, work at a job, go make somebody else rich, or you can sacrifice your nights. We can try to build something on your own so that you can reap all those rewards instead of other people. And the second part of that is, even if you earn a lot of money, as we saw in some of the stats, if you're spending everything you're making, you building no margin, you will never have freedom in your life. You will just be a slave to the system with more stuff around. You'll have newer, shinier things, but you'll never be able to stop working because you'll have payments for everything. You just have a bunch of junk. And so you need to take part in the buy nothing rebellion. You have to say, no, we're done buying new crap. We don't need it. This is where I've loved the idea of minimalism, where like, I don't buy new clothes. I don't buy new anything. What I buy is myself freedom. I buy my wife out of a job. I buy family members out of jobs. I buy things that I need to be happy and to thrive. I buy high quality things, but not more than I need. And because of that, I've had a 50% plus savings rate for the past 10 something years, even when I was earning next to nothing. And now that I earn a lot more, I have made sure that I don't spend anywhere near as much as I make. But I will tell you, if I had fallen for this trap early on, if I had bought a new car that was $30,000 instead of buying a $3,000 piece of junk that I could actually afford, and by afford, I don't mean payments. I mean, I can actually afford to buy it by working multiple jobs to save up that $3,000, then I would have destroyed my life and I wouldn't have freedom. My wife would have to work. She wouldn't be home with her kids. We probably wouldn't even have as many kids. Everything is a trap. And if you let your monthly expenses continue to creep up with $10 a month here, $20 a month there, $2,000 a month with that housing payment there, $700 a month for that car payment. Now there is no chance that you'll ever stop working. You'll ever be able to have more than 2 weeks of vacation a year. You'll ever be able to build something to help people because you are just trying to survive. Stop buying their crap. Take 5 minutes, cancel a bunch of subscriptions, save $100 a month. See if your life improves or see if your life really gets all that worse. Sell your new car, bike to work, move to a smaller house. I have done all of those. Playing their game will never get you freedom. You have to play a different game. You have to opt out of this trap that they're building.